Good afternoon. This is Esther Lawson with God's Grace Garden, and this is our first episode of the season. Today is May the 3rd, and we'll be showing you our container garden as well as our garden that we just started behind us, which I'll show you in a little bit because we just moved gardens because we had to move locations. So come take a closer look at the strawberries, spinach, and green beans that I have growing in these two containers here on the patio. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the strawberry. These are strawberry Tristans. They're hybrids. And right here I have some pole beans that are growing through. And what I'll do as they're growing, I'll just trellis them along the railings there. So they'll have something to lean and hang on to. These are the spinaches. They're coming in as well. And I'll be harvesting some of these off in here today so that they can continuously keep producing even more. So they're looking pretty. And so are these strawberries here. They had almost died at one point in time due to a frost, but they're hanging in there. These some more spinaches and some more green beans. So moving on, we'll look at the rest of the container garden as well as my new earth boxes that I just created this season. So let's go ahead and take a look in the garden. Okay, here are the containers that I've been having growing. I have an indoor greenhouse. Some of them were started, most of them were started inside the greenhouse. Some of them were plants that I bought from my local feed store, which you can do as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But for the most part, you want to make sure that the plants that you're buying are organic if that's what you choose to do, organic garden. Okay, right here I have cayenne peppers. These right here are some big guy peppers, hot peppers that I started from seeds. These right here are ever-bearing strawberries. They're second generation that I was growing last year, and I transplanted them into these containers here. And you see that beautiful strawberry? I'm going to pick that off from there today. Look how pretty that is. And I have some spinaches that are growing in here too. You know, I probably need to just put them and submerge them in the dirt a little bit deeper. But these containers right here has spinach, cilantro growing in them. These are two different varieties of spinaches, but they're spinaches nevertheless. Back here, I have some chives growing. Looks like green beans that I may have put in here and don't remember, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep these green beans in there or not. I have to double check. It's onions that don't work well with green beans, but I think chives are okay. These are some more, I think these are either cayenne peppers or jalapenos. We'll have to see. Another pepper plant here, and what I did trim these down so that they produce side shoots, and as you see, here's some new growth growing at the bottom because I pruned them down. Let's look on around this way. We'll go around and try to come back around this way. This right here is, I can't even say it, it's a bronze scobernog, basically muscadine. It's like a grape that grows in the south that we like. They're really good. So if you ever get a chance to run into a plant like this, you should definitely get it. They're very good. Even though I'm allergic to them, they're so good I eat them anyhow. And just make sure I wash my hands off when I'm done. So what I'm going to do is probably transplant this into a bigger container once it starts vining more, because this is a vining plant. It's going to do basically like how pole beans do. They'll grow on a vine. This right here is a broccoli plant that's been growing for about a good 8 weeks outside in this container. It's been growing a lot longer than that from seed. But I'm going to cut this here off and harvest it because I have some side shoots. I don't want it to just start flowering or anything. So this is my first broccoli plant that I've planted, and I'm just trying to check it out and see how it grows. But this will be picked off today and put into a salad, so I'm looking forward to doing that. This is an eggplant. It's gone through a little bit of tragedy, but it's hanging in there nevertheless. This is a kale plant that's looking very nice and pretty. Here's another broccoli plant that didn't get the best growing environment when it first started out. What I did do is harvest the head plant right here, and now it looks like another head is growing off to the side with some more side shoots. Here's some more spinach growing here, so check that out. Another container with spinach in it. Another eggplant with some spinach growing around it. I like spinach, as you can tell. These right here are some small variety Patio Princess tomatoes. They had gotten a little bit of frost, and they had a little bit of shock whenever I transplanted them here outside. So they're recovering though, and I think they're gonna make it. I have a spinach growing in between here in the middle. So I have 3 Patio Princesses growing in this, I think 40-gallon, I don't know, don't quote me on that, container. It's big enough for it, nevertheless, who cares. This right here is mesclun baby lettuce. And I snuck some lemon, Mama, Mrs. Lemon basils in here. And this is a cayenne pepper. Did I show you this one or not? So basically it's kale with spinach in there. This is a spinach, kale that I transplanted today from another spinach container. I just wanted it to grow by itself so that it wouldn't be fighting for nutrients. That one over there that I just showed you is doing a little bit better though. These here are some more Patio Princesses that I grew. I put more in here because when I transplanted them, they didn't look so well, so I figured a couple would die, and obviously they haven't died. They're hanging in there, so we'll see how they grow. I might have to transplant them into something else, but we'll see how it transpires in the weeks to come. Here's another cayenne pepper. This here is a Lorraine strawberry plant, and it has a little, it's been on there a little too long, but I'm picking off today. A strawberry growing. A lot of flowers that are going to be growing on it in the weeks to come. I'm having a red ant problem. I don't like red ants. They're not really too good for the garden. So I'll have to spray some neem oil or something on that. Here's another Lorraine strawberry with a spinach I snuck in there. This here is red romaine lettuce that I've been picking off a couple of these at a time to put in my salad, just to put some different types of varieties of lettuce within the salad. Here's another cayenne pepper that I have. It has some flowers. It had some flowers on it weeks ago, but I had trimmed it down so that it'll bush a little bit more and get some side shoots. And this right here, as you see, is a side shoot. It's them shooted off to the side, and now it has a flower growing on it. So it should do pretty well. Here's another container of spinach, and here is another big guy pepper that's growing, as well as this is a big guy pepper right here. And this container that I have right here is a tomato. I'm not sure what variety. So I just left it in here by itself just in case it's an indeterminate. I'm not sure. I was making tomatoes and I transplanted them. Some of them survived, some of them didn't. So I kind of got confused as to what was what. This mix that I have here is basically coconut core mixed with regular just gardening soil and compost. And I put fertilizer in here. Everything that I put in here is organic. Got some eggshells that I put here on the top for the calcium, and I put Epsom salt in here for magnesium. An onion that's growing here that I think is dying, but it's okay. This right here I have is wheatgrass, and I'll be harvesting this off today and juicing it and adding it to smoothies and stuff. It's very nutritious for you. It has high qualities of chlorophyll. I don't know how nutritious this is. I'm gonna have to make sure that the soil has enough nutrition in it so that I can get nutritious wheatgrass. I planted some more seeds in here because I want this whole thing to be just packed with wheatgrass. And so is this the same thing, wheatgrass. Here's another tomato plant. As you can see here, It has flowers growing on it. It hasn't opened up, but the other tomato plant that I'm about to show you is opening up flowers. Let's take a look and then we'll move on to the earth boxes. See, look down there at the bottom. I think this was the first tomato plant that had flowers to open up on them. Let me see if I can count how many tomatoes I'm gonna have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11 tomatoes prepared to flower on this one little plant. So it's doing very well. So let's move on to this end of the earth boxes and see what we got going on. I have here, don't pay any attention in this. This is just rock dust, you know, azomite. If you're not using rock dust, you need to go ahead and get with the program, because you want to make sure that you add all of the trace minerals to your soil, because you want your plants to be high nutritious, full of I have a spider has set up camp here, and I didn't want to mess up his little program because he's eating some stuff that I wanted to get rid of. So let me leave him alone. So I'm not going to touch the plants right now. But getting back to the rock dust, you want to make sure that you add, there's different types, elamite, there's rock dust, azomite. Just look on the internet, go over to Amazon, and make sure that you get something that's that's been reviewed on, so that you don't just buy crap. Okay, so there's many different resources out there. BoogieBrew.com sells azomite at a pretty reasonable price. Okay, so here's my kale plant. It's been growing for about 2 months now, and I've picked a lot of leaves off from here. Hey, Bootsy. This is my dog, Bootsy Boo. She's a miniature poodle. She's been missing about 3 or 4 times, but I managed to always get her back, so she's my baby boo. Well, anyways, get on, Bootsy. This is an eggplant, a Black Beauty variety. So let's move over here. I have spinaches growing in the earth boxes. I have mesclun mixed lettuce growing here. Some of them have died a little bit because they weren't receiving sunlight, so I need to make sure that they get a good bit of sunlight here so that they don't die. And this one right here is strawberries that I have growing. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So these are a Lorraine variety of strawberries. I put some stuff on here that killed this one strawberry, some fertilizer, organic fertilizer. I don't use any of that Miracle-Gro crap. I only use organic, OMRI listed most of the time, things that I can trust fertilizer. And there's many kind that you can use, but I prefer using bat guano. There's some that's high in phosphorus, there's some that's high in nitrogen. You just have to shop around, and a good source to buy that is kelpforless.com or hydrogalaxy.com. So you can look out there and find, buy online organic fertilizers if your feed store or local supplier doesn't sell organic fertilizers. So these are growing pretty good, so I look forward to eating strawberries off of this one soon. Right here I have some squash growing. I forgot the variety, I'll have to tell you later. These were transplanted 2 days ago. I don't think it's gonna make it, but it's okay. I'll just keep transplanting it. The growing season is long, so we're at the beginning of the growing season, so right now is the time that I have to make my mistakes, and it's fun. You don't, everything that you do isn't gonna be a success, but when you're successful, it's fun. So just try different things. You don't want to just throw all your baskets and all your eggs in one basket, and then if whatever you did wasn't successful, then you'll failure altogether, and it discourages you and makes you not want to garden. So try many different things, and that's what I'll be doing this year. I plan on growing the basic garden within the ground, tilling it up and composting things and putting it within the garden. I'm doing an earth box garden, and I'm doing regular container garden, and as well as that, I'm doing the indoor garden. I have a green room and I have a grow light, and I'm growing mainly herbs and stuff like that inside of the grow room. Okay, right here I have cucumbers that'll be growing. This one is dying down, so what I did is I planted some more seeds. We had a cold front come in 2 days ago, and it killed a couple of the heat-loving vegetables, my okra and stuff like that, that had grown pretty well. So I just replanted them. I got time. This right here is a Dixie squash. It already has flowers ready to start opening up on them in a few weeks. I had to replant the other one right here, so I put a different variety in this one. So, and I say the next 8 weeks I'll be eating squash off from all of them, hopefully, prayerfully. This right here is pole beans, organic seeds. You don't want to use things that you don't know the source from. If it's OMRI listed, organic, has the USDA sign on it, it's good to go. So try to always use organic seeds and organic fertilizers. You don't want to use things that's been processed with chemicals and stuff like that, because it defeats the purpose of growing at home. You want to grow at home so that you can grow chemical-free plants, right? So make sure that you're buying something that's reputable, something that you can depend upon, okay? Here are my bush beans that are growing. So I'm growing bush beans and pole beans. They're going to trellis up this whole thing, and I'll probably have to move some stuff out of the way, but I have them all compact together for right now. I'm going to be growing okra in these 5-gallon black plastic bags. I forgot exactly where I bought these from. I have to tell you later, but these things are really nice. I just rolled it down, but look how big that is. And as the plant grows, I'll fill it up with dirt. If I don't need that much dirt, I won't fill it up that far. So depending on what you're growing will dictate what you'll need to do. I have the 5-gallon plastic bags like those. I have the 3 and the 2-gallon. You can grow bush beans in the 2-gallon containers like these. Right here I have what's called cowhorn not peppers. There is a such thing as cowhorn peppers, but these are cowhorn okra, and they're a more bushier, shorter version of okra, and it grows like creamy, whitish pods on it. So I look forward to tasting those and seeing what they what's the big craze about those about. And right here is some more, and on the back row here I have from seed. They haven't come up yet, but those are the spineless okras. Over around here, these are just stuff that I have started. Some more patio princess tomatoes. Right here, in this big old container, I have what's called cherry purple tomatoes. It was a seed that was grown by the Cherokee Indians. So I live in Cherokee County, and I thought, why not Cherokee purple tomatoes? That'd be something cool to grow in this area. And right here is a sweet basil that I bought from one of my favorite feed stores in the city over next from us in South Carolina here. So I grew this I'm gonna be growing this basil with the tomatoes here. Here are some tomatoes that I transplanted from my green room, and I didn't transplant them at the best time. I transplanted it on something like a day like this. The sun was really bright. You want to transplant tomatoes on an overcast day or in the evening time so that the sun doesn't scorch and kill them, okay? I had to learn that the hard way. Right here, now this is pretty cool. I don't know what it is. I think it might be early girls. Isn't that pretty? Some tomatoes that'll be coming in soon, early girls. Don't know what kind of tomato this is. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to do better. But it's just gonna make it that much more exciting whenever the flowers start coming in and things start growing, and then it's sort of like a mystery. Hey, oh, guess what those are? That's cool. Right here, I have some grafted tomatoes that I bought from Berthies. If you don't know what grafted tomatoes or what grafting is, it's basically where you take the root stock of one plant and add it to the root stock of another plant, And you can see that's like the surgery line. You don't want to plant above that surgery line, or else you'll be planting from the root system of the plant that was attached to it. So it's like mending two plants together. Go look it up. I can't really explain it that well. They do it better on the internet. So this right here is a grafted Brandywine pink tomato. Right here is a black Krim tomato, grafted. And I also have varieties of Brandywine and black Krim that aren't grafted, and I'm gonna see what the difference is, and I guess that's a experiment I'll be trying to figure out if grafted tomatoes do in fact grow better than regular tomatoes. We'll find out sooner than later. Right here is a very exciting tomato that I look forward to eating. It's pretty cool. It's a big rainbow, indeterminate variety of tomato. It's very pretty and juicy on the inside, so I look forward to eating that. Don't too many people grow this variety of tomatoes that I know of, so it'd be pretty cool to give it to people, and they'd be like, what in the crap is this? I'm like, all right, try it and see what you think. And if they like it, then I'll keep growing even more of these. I'm pretty sure my family will love it. Right here on this side is called a mortgage lifter. It's a very popular brand of tomato. This tomato was created, I forgot, look it up, the history on the mortgage lifter, by getting the biggest variety of one plant, of one tomato, and keep on mixing it with the variety of another big tomato, and they came up with this mortgage lifter. And it's a big old tomato. Okay, I'm not too good at explaining all of that, but go look it up. You'll find out what the mortgage lifter is. And I don't know how well it'll taste, but it's gonna be a big tomato, indeterminate. All of these tomatoes are indeterminate. Indeterminate means that it continuously grows tomatoes on it throughout the whole growing season. And the difference between indeterminate and determinate is determinate tomatoes, once they get all the flowers on it and they bloom and they mature on the plant, that plant is done. The indeterminate is a lot taller, and it keeps growing fruit on it through the whole growing season until the first, or however many frosts it takes to kill the plant. So that is the garden in a nutshell. I also have these two. These are my test tomatoes, and what I did was took them out of the shade. Matter of fact, I better push this back out of the sun a little bit more. These are my test tomatoes that I grew. I have some black Krim and some big rainbow, and I have Brandywine and super beefsteak tomato growing in these. And these are not grafted plants. These are just regular indeterminate tomatoes. And I'll see how these tomatoes grow compared to the grafted tomatoes that I just showed you a few minutes ago. So that is the garden in a nutshell, and we're in a new location, so I look forward to get things prepared once again. My husband's helping me out. He's tilling us a new little area, and hopefully we'll be able to add to it and grow some more vegetables. Until later, I'll see you on the next video where I'll be showing and explaining more about compost tea, which I'll be getting started tomorrow. So signing off, God bless, and have a great weekend. This is Esther Lawson. Peace.